Welcome to Virtual Assistants, the Agency Growth Machine podcast.
All right. Thanks for logging in today, folks. My guest today is Matt Foreman. Matt, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, Azar.
How are you today, man? And where are you joining us from?
I am in sunny and hot St. Pete, Florida.
Oh,
It's
nice.
hot year round, but it's always paradise here.
Yeah, man. I've been visiting Florida quite a bit for work and stuff, but I have to say that, and I'm in Calgary, Canada right now. So the summers even over here, they kind of sometimes get stuck and they never show up. But we're trying to make the best of it. But I've been spending some time in Florida. I've been there 3 times over the last 1 year, and this year looks like it's going to be even more. And yeah, I can't blame you, man. It's beautiful down there, and you're on the West Coast, right?
Yeah, over by in the Tampa Bay area.
Nice. So, Matt, tell me a little bit about what you've been doing before. Shoot to Thrill Media is the name of the agency that you run down from St. Pete, Florida. Tell me a little bit about the background story on, where you came from, what kind of work experience you had, and then how did you stumble across starting a digital marketing agency or a web development agency?
Cool. Yeah. So it's an entire life's journey, man. Basically, I started out as an entrepreneur. So I went to USF, which is one of the local universities here, and they had a big entrepreneurship program. It blew up. It was awesome. Everybody loved it. A lot of great things coming out of Tampa and St. Pete. And with that, I had a really business-minded goal. I really wanted to be a tech entrepreneur, and I had the business chops of that, but I just didn't have any technical chops. So that was fine because there were a lot of tech people in the area. So I always wanted to have a partner, bring somebody on, or at least hire another company. And I think it was through multiple different ventures that I worked on that the transparency between a business owner, an entrepreneur, and a developer just wasn't there. It was non-existent. Just because we didn't have to. As a business owner, we focused on our business. We didn't really have to worry about the website end of it or the application end of it. We just trusted that the developer was doing what they needed to do to make it succeed. And it was on one of my companies that I started that the lack of transparency really slowed down the entire business. We hired somebody. They basically lied about their credentials, lied about what they could do to sell us. And I didn't know anything about websites. I didn't know anything about applications. So
Yeah,
I just trusted them. And it wasn't until months and months later and thousands of dollars later that I'm like, yeah, this isn't what I was asking for. This isn't going in the right direction. So
yeah.
it was at that point I'm like, you know what? Hey, if I'm going to be in this space, I need to put my head down and I need to start learning it myself. So I taught myself web development. I taught myself WordPress, just the core of that, but then HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and the stuff that goes behind the scenes, because it was going to be necessary, especially if I wanted to make it a long-term thing. And so from that, I then built the website and application for the business I wanted to start. And I was like, okay, cool. I did it better than somebody that just pitched me on thousands of dollars worth of stuff. But from there, I made it pretty public that, hey, I learned all this stuff. And
how long ago was this, Matt? When was this happening exactly?
Oh, this was probably 2014, 2015.
Okay.
Yeah. And so a while ago, and now and so from there I had people like, oh man, I've been wanting a website. Like, would you be able to build one? Yeah, absolutely. This would start with friends, people wanting to start up their own things. So I'm like, yeah, I'd love to help. And then obviously I saw the need myself, but then I saw how big the need was. And I think the cool thing in just being an entrepreneur is I'm really passionate about business. And I saw the opportunity that, hey, I could build websites and help tons of businesses.
Yeah.
So with that, I obviously I love the transparency. That's kind of our secret sauce as a web developer. I mean, we could hide behind a screen all day, but I want to be front and center. Maybe I'm not in the building with you, but I still want to be involved in the building of your business, especially online. So that's how Shoot to Thrill started, was from a lack of transparency. I wanted to bridge that gap and say, hey, we can be your in-house web team. We're going to be transparent. We'll tell you exactly what we're doing. And we really rely on our client's success. So we want to do everything we can to ensure that they're succeeding online. So with that, it's just been working out super well, because I mean, it keeps us in check. Like if we're not doing our work, they're not succeeding, then they don't have a need for us. So
that's
it's
a cool hero's journey, man. Getting stung, and I have a few stories to tell on that side as well. And I was very much like you, and I'm still very much like you in that manner where, sorry, I didn't change the course of actually learning the things. I never got to that point. But I did have those experiences early on, and which taught me that, the people that I trust with, my clients' websites and applications, these relationships have to be like really near and dear to me, because this can't happen. That, what happened to me was that, one of the companies I was working with offshore just, disappeared overnight. And they were working on the biggest project I had at that time, which is like a $5,000 project. Back in 2009 or something, and it put me in a lot of hurt, man. So never again, right? You learn from it and you move on, and you kind of reinvented yourself. You went to the basics, and you learned to code yourself, and so that you can understand inside and out of what this business is all about. And you saw an opportunity, and Shoot to Thrill Media was born at that time. That's around 2015.
So I was doing the freelancing through 2015, and then we officially launched in 2016 as a business. Yeah.
So 6 years, and 2 years before that, and an entrepreneurial journey before that. That's really exciting, man. So maybe give us an idea of where you're at in your agency journey in terms of your clients, and what type of clients you're serving and things like that.
Sure. Yeah. So we typically aim to help like small or medium-sized businesses. So we tend to really help out the businesses that have been established, especially like the brick and mortar ones that have been around for decades now. A lot of these companies, they've found success over the years by, I mean, a lot of times just putting a sign in someone's yard and say, hey, we just mowed this lawn, or we just painted this house, sort of thing. And we're basically helping them revolutionize their whole marketing strategy and showing the importance of a website. I mean, in 2022, we don't even, it pitches itself now. We don't have to tell you, hey, a website is super important. They understand that, but it's about understanding how they're going to get online. And so with that, like our tagline kind of became what it is that we focus on your website so that you can focus on your business. And so we understand what it's like to be a business owner. It's a lot of hard work, and you have your core set of services that you need to put your time and effort into.
Yeah.
So you don't have time for a website. So
yeah, you need to hire an entire web development team, right? Like you should be able to trust partners like you. And on that note, it's very interesting thing that you just said, Matt, that you focus on clients who already have an established business, because even if it's a brick and mortar business, they probably already have a marketing budget or a website budget, and it's a lot easier to reallocate that budget over to you instead of finding a brand new business and kind of convincing them. So I think that's a great strategy. Great work there, man. So are these people all based in your local area, or are they around all over the States?
So yeah, we do have clients all over the United States. I would say a good majority is from the local area, just because I'm an extrovert. I'm pretty, I like to be out there. So I like to attend events. I like to go to go to these businesses that we're serving. So A lot is local. I wish I could be everywhere at once because then we'll be even more. But yeah, I mean, the beauty of what we do is that we are remote. And so we can work with businesses everywhere. So yeah, we have hundreds of businesses all across the US. A good majority, yes, are in the Tampa Bay area, but we're not limited to that at all.
Nice, nice. No, that's very cool, man. This type of stuff that you guys are doing. Focused on websites mainly. Are there any other add-on services to the websites?
Yeah, so the core service that we're really helping out is the website. And from there, your entire online brand branches out. So you can, a lot of businesses should start with their website. I know a lot of people like social media is really important, but your website, it should be your best sales tool. So at the core service, we help with your website. So that's obviously building it, managing it, redesigning it, just helping it grow. And from there, the add-on services do include SEO. So obviously helping getting ranked higher on Google when people are searching for your search terms. We also help with Google Business Profile, which is a super important thing that Google just is like really leaning into. Then we also help with basically anything that, like, if you're on your computer, we can probably help with it. So yeah, we do some social media management. We help set up your emails. We help basically your online brand grow and thrive. So if it's online, there's a good chance that we're servicing that. And with your website, we have a lot of integration, third-party integration. So we can set up your booking, your scheduling stuff. So yeah, if it's online, there's a good chance we're going to be servicing it.
Nice. So like a full service web development agency, you do the start out with the website and branding, and then you take it from there, move into marketing and taking care of the clients on different platforms.
Right.
Amazing. Let's dive into, Matt, really quickly on your marketing side. What are you guys doing on the marketing side to pull in clients for the agency?
So fortunately, we've been really good with word of mouth right now. So that's been helpful. But as far as marketing and like outbound marketing, we're starting new campaigns, and that's what's been great about having reps back on board, is because like you guys bring in a real person that has real experience, and so that they can really see, like, come in on board and be like, okay, you guys have been doing this. Have you thought about doing this? Or that's been working. Let's lean into it. So we have been doing a lot of social media marketing. So mostly Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. But then we've also been doing email campaigns. And basically, just because we are a web company, we want to do a lot of our marketing on the web. So it has been, it's been a cool space to be in, because I mean, we're super familiar with it. We're really good at using anything that's online. So we have a ton of tools at our disposal. So yeah, the good thing like with marketing right now is, well, we're not lacking on it, because there's so much in so many different ways. So we just see clients coming in from everywhere, which is probably something we got to get better at. It's like, hey, how'd you hear about us? Just a lot of people are hearing about us, so it's cool. It's been a fun way to grow. Especially, again, I love my local area. I love my local businesses, but it's also been really cool getting businesses coming from out of state and hearing about us. So yeah, there's tons of tools. No one particular thing, but yeah, there's tons of tools out there.
That's great, man. Seems like that you know, you have a good problem at hand where you're organically growing with word of mouth. That's the best part. I know companies, including ourselves, who've been really successful in growing by doing proper marketing. It takes a lot of effort. You got to get that right. But if your work is, and you're from day one, looks like you're doing push versus pull, where you're pulling in people just from the quality of work that you guys are doing and being so well known in the local market, that you don't have that problem. But what I have seen is that for a lot of agencies that we're working with, if you have this amazing stuff of people already coming in, maybe it's a good idea, like you're already doing, start out an email marketing campaign and run some ads on Facebook and things like that. So it looks like you guys are already taking care of most of those things. Great job, man. Like that's exciting for people who are listening, that if you focus on the core of the business, which is really making sure that your clients are successful, like you said earlier. Uh, the people are just gonna, you build it and they're gonna start coming, right? So build it right for your clients. And great job there, man. So really simple marketing strategy. Do a great job, hit it out of the park for your clients, and people will start coming to you.
Yeah, man, it
Simple.
sells itself. It sells itself, especially when, I mean, people end up on other people's websites, and like when it works out really well, other people are like, wow, this is great, where'd you get it, sort of thing. Or
Yeah.
like sometimes we add our brand sometimes to the bottom of our websites, and obviously with our clients' approval, but more times than not, I mean, they're happy to champion us. So yeah, it's a really cool, just harmonious ecosystem that we've created with our business. Like, you help us, we'll help you. It's been awesome.
Nice. Nice. So now we find out that this is how you're marketing. What happens in the sales process? How do you close the deals and turn them into a client from there?
Sure. Yeah. That's actually a great question, because I mean, nowadays anybody's a web developer, it seems like. I mean, there's so many free tools too, and some of those free tools are actually some of our best drivers of new leads, because they're so limited in what they can do. And so with those, we kind of highlight, like, well, first we want to understand like what our clients need and where their struggles have been. And then we really want to highlight like what we can do, like what is your industry doing? What could you be doing? So we do come on as business consultants as well, in the sense of like, hey, this is what you've been doing online. Have you thought about doing this? And hey, this is how we can help with that. So whenever we do that, like every single person we bring on is a unique case. It's not a one size fits all. We want to get to know our clients. We do have a long-term sales process with them. Our whole business model is based on a long-term relationship. So, and another great thing about what we do is we do have a low barrier of entry when it comes to getting a website. Websites can cost thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. And so one of our most common services used is our $99 website. So it's $99 a month. We come on, we build the website based on your industry, your brand, what your goals are going to be. And then from there, we build it, we host it, we manage it, we stay on as your team and let you focus on your business. So
nice.
You constantly are paying the $99 a month, which is such a small business expense, especially considering
it's nothing, man.
This is going to be your most important sales tool online. And so it is with that low barrier of entry, especially once they get started, they're like, oh yeah, this is super valuable. This is amazing. Like, they're not going anywhere, which is, we don't want them to, obviously, because that's our business, but we want to see our clients grow and succeed. Like it's awesome to be a part of other business success. So
that's very interesting, man. Are you guys also doing content in that $1,200 a year website?
So that is an add-on service. We obviously want our clients to provide and talk about themselves. We can obviously, a lot of times there are those roadblocks that get hit when like populating an entire website full of content. So we want to have that discovery process with them, like, hey, who are you? What makes you different? Why is your business great? And then from there, yes, we can offer that as an add-on service, because we do have people, like real people, actually like typing out content that is going to be viable. That's not just going to be cookie cutter. So that is an add-on service. Again, we are a super full service. Like, we understand what a business is going to need, what you probably don't have, even though like a lot of times these business owners, oh yeah, I know how to talk about my business. It's not always super easy to populate an entire website with it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And then so super simple sales process. Are you doing most of the sales, the closing of the deals right now yourself, or do you have some help there?
So yes and no. I mean, you can just go on our website right now and
sign up.
And sign up. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And we do prefer talking to a client prior to signing up. Obviously, yes, it's nice when people sign up, thank you for your money sort of thing, but we do
Mm-hmm.
want to have that relationship with the client. We want to understand what their goals are. And yeah, you can go on and sign up for a $99 website. It's great,
Mm.
but it might not be a perfect fit for you. We're not a perfect
Yeah.
fit for every company. And we really want to see all of our clients succeed. And if we see that you might not be a good fit, we'll let you know. We'll definitely give you the information to find what you're actually looking for. But
Mm-hmm.
there is there are real people on this side, and we know that you're real people too, and we want to see you succeed. But yeah, as far as the sales process, I mean, there obviously are more advanced cases, and we do work with bigger businesses, like multi-million dollar businesses as well. And those do require like proposals and actually talking
Mm.
to clients and understanding what their goals are, and those are longer term ones. So we do have a solution for most businesses, whether it's a startup, small, medium, or large company. But
Mm.
typically, the sales process, I mean, we drink our own Kool-Aid here, in the sense that we want our website to sell our services, and we obviously want that for our clients as well. So you can go on our website, see
It's
what
a
we do,
sharp looking
sign
site,
up
man.
right then. What's that?
Yeah, it's a very sharp looking website. I
Yeah,
was
thanks.
really, because usually, yeah, as agency owners, we don't tend to eat our own dog food, and
Yeah.
our websites are kind of like lagging behind, stuff like
Mhm.
that. But on yours, it's looking really sharp. So great
Yeah,
job
thanks.
there. How big is the fulfillment team now, Matt? How many people do you have doing websites and we're doing coding and helping out build out these things for you?
So the beauty of what we do, we're streamlining our process, and so with that, we can keep a really small, tight team. Which honestly, it's great because we always the left hand always knows what the right hand's doing, sort of
Hmm.
thing. So
Hmm.
right now, the team it's just three of us. So we do have an in-house developer who is focusing on some of the builds, some of the more advanced things. And then we do have through RepStack, we have somebody in marketing. And then we have me, who basically oversees everything. So obviously,
Hmm.
I do have my own development skills. So I oversee every single project that goes through. I might not be the only person working on it, but I definitely make sure that all the projects are up to quality, making sure we're listening to everything that the client's wanting. But as far as
Hmm.
our full-time staff goes, it's three right now. We do sometimes contract out different graphic designers sometimes. And that's really I actually love that system, because we have a great partnership with some local graphic designers, some
Nice.
local content writers. Um,
Hmm.
we know we're not always the best at everything, and so we're not
Hmm.
going to try to pretend we are. But we will always outsource the best local people. Again, we love giving back to and being involved in our community. So
Yeah.
we have these great partnership. It works really well because a lot of them are like, oh, hey, we have a client that actually needs a website. We say, hey, we have a website client that needs some content.
Yeah.
So it is a
Yeah.
really good partnership ecosystem we got going on.
Yeah. I think especially at the stage where you guys are, it's so important to have these strategic relationships with local vendors on the content side. I totally agree with you. The more local that writer is, when you're serving local businesses, the higher impact your product, your website is
Mhm.
going to have. So, I used to do the same thing, work with local content writers, even though, my development teams and things like that were outsourced. But I think this way you have best of both worlds, and also having the ability to outsource some of this work is always important, because now you can, if you have more work come in, you have strategic partners that you can rely on to take on that extra workload.
Yeah.
So that's a great strategy. I highly recommend what you're doing for anyone who's starting out an agency, and into a journey where they want to build up $1 million agency. I think those are some great strategies, Matt. Other than that, Matt, what's the future for shoot to thrill media? Where, how, why did you really get started? Like, what's the why behind this thing? I know we touched upon that initially, that you have this entrepreneurial personality, but what's the real why behind starting this agency or kind of working for yourself?
Yeah, so I mean, the main why is just transparency. We love talking to our clients. We want to fix that stigma that a lot of web developers have, in that, like, hey, they're behind the scenes, they're just taking our money, we don't know what they're doing.
They're turning into car salesmen, some of those wives, like some of the horror stories that I've heard on the web development side, man. It's not pretty, but yeah,
Right.
sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, yeah, but no, you're absolutely right though. Yeah, so we want to let people know, hey, we're real people and we actually care about your business, want to see it grow. So yeah, the why is transparency. Like that is why we're doing what we're doing. And the secondary why is because we love business. We want to see businesses grow. And so yeah, the future of us, I mean, we want to continue perfecting what we do. In what we're offering, since we launched in 2016 to now, has only grown because we're obviously, like, we're becoming more experienced, but we're also like learning more tools and systems that work well for us. And we like to be the guinea pig in any of our things that we're testing out. And we can say, like, hey, like, we've been trying out this new scheduling system. It's working out really well for us. Could we recommend it to our clients? We have tools that can, like, track your website, can make it ADA compliant, all this stuff. And so we're adding these services after we vet them, and I mean, we're not even raising the prices of anything. We're just noticing, like, hey, these tools provide a value. Let's continue to add this value and have our clients have this value as well. So it creates this long-term. I mean, we have clients that have been on since we've originally launched. And so they've been growing with us. We've been growing with them. It's been perfect. So I think in the future, we might niche into a few industries. There are tons of industries that are, I would say, oversaturated. So they need to stand out. I think one specific one we'll eventually be moving into, I don't know if it's like this up in Calgary, but realtors. Everybody's a realtor right now.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
What we're wanting to do is eventually create a package for realtors. And yeah, like a lot of these realtors, like, they can go and have their cookie cutter website made through their agency. But we really want to create this whole full-fledged package to help these realtors stand out. So we'll build you a custom website. We'll have your MLS system on your website. We'll create you your email. It won't be the at whatever agency.com. It will be what you want it to be. So we want to help realtors eventually create their own brand. So so that's one of the things, and how we're going to be niching into certain things. But the overarching thing is, we just love businesses, and it really doesn't matter the industry. Honestly, at this point, whatever industry you're in, we probably help somebody in your industry, and we know how to
I think that's a great junction point for an agency like you, Matt, where if you do decide to go on that niche path, you have a whole bunch of options already in front of you, because you have proven results probably in that industry already, not with just one client, multiple clients. And now it's really easy for you to kind of, launch that niche agency and, go all across the US and Canada and start selling these, retainer-based packages, which are monthly, take care of everything for your clients. So that's amazing, man. I'm really excited for what the future holds for you guys. This has been great. I really appreciate you coming on the show today. I think this is going to be really helpful for a lot of people.
Cool.
And yeah, thanks for doing this, Matt.
Yeah, hey, thanks for setting it up. It was great talking to you.
This has been The Virtual Assistant, the Agency Growth Machine podcast by Azar Siddiqui, co-founder at RepStack. If you liked today's episode, you can find more and subscribe at repstack.co. Thank you for listening.